Okay, guys, I recently wanted to offer a class for empaths to help support them. And I think mainly because it's my greatest skill, it's what I identify with the most. I'm a universal empath, which means I relate to all forms of empathy, whether it's animal telepathy, whether it's being a telepath, whether it's whatever type of empathy, all of it, I guess you can say. The geosentience, the mediums, all of us that have a very strong connection to our extrasensory skills, that are highly intuitive, that have claircognizance, that are clairaudient, that have clairalience, or are discovering these abilities right now as they're being turned on in every human being as we speak. Many of you are discovering these skills, especially if you are around me. You are discovering. Some of you may not have heard the word empath, but can relate to all the things that I say and finally found a word for it. Doesn't really matter what level you're at. I'm just saying that this is me. This is who I am the most. And so I would like to offer a class supporting empaths, INFJs, to include on the spectrum and people with autism, and all psychics, anyone in between, okay? Because that's us, all right? Now, if you do not know that you have these skills, you develop them by connecting your heart and mind. When you develop this connection, you will find that your heart and mind actually connect to different sensory neurites in your brain. Your brain then turns on, and as your brain then turns on, you will see the difference in your abilities, okay? It's like having little brains in your heart energy, and so although you cannot see it, you have to understand the role that the heart plays in your life. Okay, so what it is that your heart sits directly in the middle of what is spiritual and what is physical, so it is able to interpret both things at the same time. This is your connection to the invisible plane. This is how we see. If you're psychic, this is how your abilities work. You're just simply more in tune. Your third eye may be a little more open. All of these things happen because of this connection. Okay? So if you identify with being this, I would like to offer a weekend class helping and offering support for all of those who are either awakening to these skills or would really like help, because although they have accepted that they are empaths, they have forgotten that it's a blessing, and it feels a little bit more like a curse. And that is something that I was taught, and I was taught incorrectly, because it is not a curse. Okay, it's absolutely not a curse to be able to predict the future. It's absolutely not a curse to be able to tell when people are lying. It's absolutely not a curse to be able to read people's minds, to feel connected to everything, to realize what exactly is being shown. So, this is a class I'd like to offer. It would be a weekend seminar. The cost is really simple. It will be $25 a person for anyone attending live. Anyone who would like to receive the recording can receive it at an additional cost, to encourage you guys to please participate live with me, okay? Now, one of the things that I would like to answer and help empaths is help them understand their mirror consciousness. Empaths have advanced mirror neurons that are working all the time, and we don't understand how they work in the relationship to the universe. We actually end up in situations where we end up feeling overwhelmed because we haven't understood the perception, the point of perception we're in. And so it feels like we absorb everything like a sponge. And in a way, it's kind of like that. We're standing at the exact point of source, and source is therefore receiving everything back as feedback in order to interpret what is going on, and then it allows you to see. So this point of perception is available to every human being on earth, whether they realize it or not, okay? But empaths are automatically here. It is an important part of the universal process. So the questions that I would like to offer support on If you're struggling as an empath, if you're taking on too much energy, if you tend to feel a little closer to the autistic spectrum, when you feel overwhelmed by everything that's going on, I call that sensory overload, okay? That is because, again, you are standing at the source point, reflecting it back. You are a perfect mirror, but you stand in the middle, the absolute middle. Okay, this is the point of perception now. This is everybody's point of perception, but not everybody is physically here automatically like an empath. All right, aware. Sorry, everybody is physically here because we only exist in the one place, but truly exist in the one place. But again, we're standing here, and the feedback that we're receiving, okay, is directly proportional to what we have put out and everything that we're saying within, so that we can receive and understand and see ourselves on every dimension at once. Okay, so the question that I'm asked most commonly, that can only occur when you are, how do I say this, unaware of the fact that you're standing at this point, is, please help me. How do I stop from absorbing other people's energies? Okay, so here's the thing. I would like to correct your point of perception right away, and this will be part of the discussion that I will be offering in this lecture, and that is that there are no others. You are receiving your own energy. You are standing directly in the middle of that source triangle point of perception, in the middle of the absolute, receiving back exactly what you put out in an instant. And yes, it can feel overwhelming, because here's the thing. We are here to correct our story within. When we correct our story within, we change the physical appearance of the outside world. We can stand still and change everything because we have the intelligence behind the veil. We are automatically this, but we have to become aware of this. We must awaken to this ability. And as such, you have a responsibility to wake up, just like every other human being. You have this responsibility to do this. And as such, you are going to feel everything that you have put out. You must. Because we have to teach this to all of humanity, because everyone has this within them. We are simply the 5D version of the 3D shadow, disguised as the 3D version. It's kind of cool. All right, so the first thing you need to correct is that there are no others. You are receiving your own energy, and it is important to realize that you are at the source point of reflection. This is an important time in humanity, because every person that wakes up to this point of perception has the ability to change everything in their world. You are here to master your energy. So first things first becomes the necessity to recognize that there are no others, that what is on display is your story, your living memories, everything, your wounds, everything that we came here to fix. Everything that requires love, acceptance, all the experiences that you have rejected, they're there for you to accept them. This is a necessary part of the equation. You cannot say that you truly love yourself if you have not accepted the universe as it is, made in your image. You must stand still and know that you are God. So as empaths, we are here to help them understand the design from a different point of perception. From this point of perception, we are required to understand that we are the source, and what we are seeing and what we are feeling is the feedback from our story. Everything that we think we see is our reflection. Your universal mirror is simply showing up as you are being. This is truly, truly important to understand, without which you can't be free from it. So you are not absorbing others. Others are doing you the extreme favor of showing up as you are being on the inside, so you can see yourself in the moment. And if you don't like what you feel, it's because you are seeing your judgment, your concept. It only exists because this is what you believe on the inside. So every single human being that you treat apart from yourself that you don't realize is reflecting back who you are on the inside will in fact cause you pain. Will overwhelm you with your own energy because the design is such. We serve one another. We serve as reflective surfaces to one another. So the most important thing an empath can do would be to discover the narrator within, and would be to start correcting everything on the inside that doesn't feel good, until what is shown outside is completely different. And that can happen in an instant the more you refine those skills. So as awakened empaths, you have a totally different responsibility and a totally different experience in life. Please take advantage of this course. Check it out. I'll be offering it soon. And like I said, it's really inexpensive, but it's an opportunity to learn about a little better about being an empath. So I can't wait to see you guys there. And I really hope that this is going to resonate with you, because if you would like for the struggle to end, to understand the design, then you'll have an easier time in life. It'll make it easier when you realize that you're only being shown your own story, and we're here to love that. All right, you guys. I love you. See you soon. Namaste.